Okay, listeners, let's learn sumo. I'm Clayton. Welcome to the podcast where we learn about the national sport of Japan, sumo wrestling. If you want to start from the beginning, these short episodes will be available so you don't miss anything about the subject of sumo. Let's talk about the sumo ranks, how it works. We will get to our highest level sumo, or the exalted yokozuna, and why they are so special in sumo. But first, let's talk about how sumo works outside of the professionals. All over Japan, in schools, clubs, universities, boys, and I do talk about girls later in sumo episodes, compete in sumo tournaments at an amateur level. Now, some of these university tournaments can help new wrestlers join professional ranks at a slightly higher level than if they just come in as youngsters to Jonakuchi level or the lowest professional level. Now, like a junior sumo, let's start out at the lowest levels, and for the tournament purposes, that is a Jonakuchi division. The youngsters in this division range from about 16 years of age, and they've generally just joined a stable or a baya and are typically smaller than the higher ranks. The next level is Jonadan, limited to 200 sumo wrestlers. You'll find the younger groups here, but also a few older sumo falling down the rankings. At last look, the oldest Rashiki or wrestler in this group at the moment was Fujishima, who was over 40 years old, and he had an incredible record of 538 wins, 522 losses over 157 tournaments. Now, as we looked at before, sumo is a zero-sum game. You win or you lose. If you lose, you keep falling down the ranks each tournament. The next rank is Sandanmei, which currently has 180 Rashiki listed for a tournament. Then up the list is Makushita with 120 Rashiki listed, and they are all the unpaid ranks. Each of the wrestlers in those ranks would be paid a very small allowance by their baya, and they get their rank and their food and lodgings at the stable that they train at. What they're trying to get to is the second division of Juryo. Now, these are the true up-and-comers and the ones who start getting paid. So in this division, they're the first paid level of wrestlers as they fight for a place in the top division of Makunuchi or Makuchi. Once you make the top division, and if you watch sumo tournament broadcasts, you'll see different ranked sumo mentioned in this division. These guys are the best wrestlers of all. So there's about 40 wrestlers at any one time in Makuchi division, and they're placed on either the east or the west side of the division, and sometimes they even change sides mid-tournament to suit the fight schedule. That happens until the ultimate tournament winner is decided for the Emperor's Cup. Now, the wrestlers in the top division, or the lowest part of the top division, are listed as Megashira. And that's usually from the lowest of Megashira 17 east or west up to Megashira 1 east or west. So there's usually a wrestler on the east side and the west side at Megashira 1 down to Megashira 17. These wrestlers are all trying to stay in the top division, and they're all trying to move up the ranks. Newly promoted wrestlers from Juryo generally don't get placed much higher than about Megashira 15, even if they've won the Juryo tournament to get promoted. Next up the list of top division in Makunuchi or Makuchi are the Sanyaku ranked wrestlers. Now, these start with no more than 2 Komusubi wrestlers. That's the first of the Sanyaku ranks. The next group are called Sekiwake. There is no limit on the number of Sekiwake Rashiki at any one time. Now, they're trying to qualify for the next rank of Ozeki by winning at least 33 matches over 3 separate tournaments in a row. This is called an Ozeki run. The Ozeki, or the second top rank, is where the top wrestlers are truly in form and they're starting to show their wares. But if they get injured or start to lose, they can very quickly fall down the ranks. However, once they reach the rank of Ozeki, or the second top rank, they're offered a little bit of protection from the Bunsuke zero-sum game, the rank list for each tournament. If Ozeki doesn't get a winning score or a kachikoshi, they don't get demoted straight away like all of the other wrestlers, but they are considered kataban for the next tournament. If they get another losing score in the next tournament, or a makekoshi, they can be demoted to Sekiwake, which is the next rank down. But they still have a little bit of advantage and protection left, and if they put together a winning score in the next tournament, or a kachikoshi, they can return straight back to Ozeki. They don't need to go on the 33-win Ozeki run to get back. Ozeki wrestlers, like Yokozuna, also get a few advantages in being part of the JSA committee, the car parks, a lot of little other perks of the rank, and they get extra helpers to get them through the tournaments. The top rank, or the top of sumo, is Yokozuna. Currently, the only Yokozuna is Terunofuji. Now, he was promoted to Yokozuna in 2021. He holds well over 500 win record over about 76 tournaments, and he's won the Emperor's Cup, or the tournament, an amazing 9 times. He's trying to win 10 times, so when you listen to this, he may actually get there by March or May in 2024. To get promoted, not only do you have to win and win a lot and make it to Ozeki, but you must win 2 tournaments in a row at Ozeki to be considered to be worthy to be called a Yokozuna. Once you get put before the Yokozuna committee to consider it, they will also look at you in terms of, are you ready to be a Yokozuna? Are you the right sort of person? Now, once you do get promoted to Yokozuna, you can't be demoted down the ranks. And if you start to lose or you get too injured, there's only one real honourable option left, and that is graceful retirement. Now, to see a Yokozuna in action is to see true sumo. Experience, power, grace and heart. They are worth watching every fight that they do, and even against the Ozekis, they are usually a step up. So that's the ranks in sumo. Next time, we'll talk about some issues around the Banzuke and some other things about the sort of techniques that sumo use. Anyway, that's all for this episode. If you want to leave a comment, you want to join me on Twitter or Insta at Let's Learn Sumo, and I'll try and respond. Thanks for joining me. Hakia, listeners.